Good morning everyone. This is Kamikawa Kaelin. This discovery is amazing, as I am. Let's start with the conclusion. What a silent PC, enabling transcription with Google Docs. Transcription accuracy of Google Docs, which was thought to be impossible anymore. I also found a way to increase it by 0.1% www. This is a miracle discovery for me. Actually, the other day, I used a PC sound device by installing the Realtek High Definition Audio device. Finally, Google Docs can now be transcribed. But this audio device, as it seems that it is used for mixing and recording the internal sound of the PC and the external sound. I just couldn't record only the audio from the PC. Some people say that it can be done, but it seems that it depends on the model. I couldn't do it on my PC. I tried playing around with it, but when I set the microphone volume to 0, you will not be able to pick up the voice on your PC and you will not be able to transcribe it. So when transcribing, turn off the TV sound. Do not turn on the vacuum cleaner nearby. I try not to talk, and I'm worried about the sound of the air conditioner, so I stop it. Finally, when the family is watching TV next to that, it is no longer possible to transcribe on a PC. Well, I had to be careful in various ways, and it became a little difficult to use. So, if possible, without making any sound from the PC, I want to recognize and transcribe the voice inside the PC with Google Docs. I had high hopes. I thought it was impossible, but this time, I finally found the method. Moreover, maybe for those who didn't go well with Realtek High Definition Audio last time, if you install this audio device, it might work. I think that I would like you to give it a try. How to do it? It is to install software device called VB Audio Virtual Cable. Please download from the site called VB Audio Software. For details, enter the URL in the explanation column. As a caveat for 64-bit users, I install a file called VB Cable Setup x64.x. Right-click and select Run as Administrator to install. Just click to play. When the installation is completed successfully, Cable Input, in the Playback tab of the sound device, a device called Cable Input will appear on the Recording tab. Set both to Default Device. Then, when I play the video, there is no sound at all. Awa awa awa. But don't panic here, it is normal for no sound to come out. If you switch back to the Playback tab, the sound will come out. However, this time I will introduce a method that does not need to be restored, so please continue the operation as it is. Without this sound, try playing the video with a video player or YouTube app. I'm using a transcription player. As I say many times, there is no sound. Then transcribe it in Google Docs with no sound. It is silent, but I picked up only the sound of the PC, and you can see in Google Docs that you can transcribe. It is a clean sound that does not contain any external sound, and it means that it is transcribed. It doesn't matter whether you're yelling or watching TV. However, if nothing is done, it will be silent and people will not be able to hear the sound on YouTube. Therefore, the following method solves this problem. 1. Right-click the speaker icon in the task tray and click Sound Settings. 2. Click Volume Mixer. 3. Start the software, Edge or Chrome, that normally watches YouTube and make a sound. No sound, but please play on. 4. Click Apps in Volume Mixer, and click Microsoft Edge or Chrome. 5. Change Output Device to Realtek High Definition Audio. Now, you can hear the sound from Edge, Chrome, etc. Similarly, if you have other software to listen to the sound, change Output Device to Realtek High Definition Audio. However, the software changed to Realtek High Definition Audio will produce sound. It's no longer silent and can't be transcribed in Google Docs. It is an alternative. Only the transcription software should be left at Default Cable Output here. Then, only that software can be silently transcribed in Google Docs. I make this a transcription player. However, this software called Tape Transcription Player is you can freely change the output device within the screen of the software. So you can change it on the screen of the software without having to mess with the sound device. You can transcribe it silently, or you can make a sound. So it's a very convenient software that is perfect for transcribing silently. By the above operation, only certain software can be transcribed from a PC in silence. Other software is silent and cannot be transcribed, but you will be able to hear the sound. The only caveat here is that it is very important. The output device of the video playback player and the input device of the software, here Edge, on which Google Docs is running, is if they are separated, the error message, "The microphone cannot be recognized," will be displayed. If you get the error, "Microphone does not turn on," please check here. If the devices are disjointed, you will not be able to transcribe them in Google Docs, so don't panic about this point, work carefully. For example, with this setting, transcription with silence, play audio on YouTube, YouTube runs on Edge, transcription in Google Docs, also running on Edge, it cannot be said. Because I changed the YouTube output device, Edge, to Realtek device, because the input device, Edge, of Google Docs is cable output, the error message, "Unrecognizable, microphone is off," is displayed. So when you want to transcribe silently, instead of Edge, it is better to play it with the dedicated video playback software, transcription software. Other than the dedicated software, if you set the output device to a Realtek device, you can hear the sound. I recommend Transcription Player as a transcription software. So, picking up only the internal voice of the PC and transcribing it is, I'm thrilled if I don't get used to it, but it's possible. And by doing this work, it became clean without picking up external sounds. So by the way, I discovered that the transcription accuracy was improved. So, I've kept you waiting for a long time. This time too, Kaoru Kamikawa's Strengthening Speech Control in China, 13 minutes 23 seconds. I used the video. If you pick up only the internal sound of the PC and transcribe it with a tape transcription player, the total number of characters was 5,543, of which 57 were typographical errors and the accuracy was 98.97%. If I didn't process the voice last time, there was a typo of 68 characters, so this is an improvement of 11 characters, 0.20%. In addition, if you normalize with the sound effects of the transcription player, the total number of characters was 5,543, 51 typographical errors, and the accuracy was 99.08%. This is also an improvement of 6 characters, 0.11%, compared to before processing with sound effects. It's up to you to see this 0.11% improvement as small or large. Well, rather than that, I was able to transcribe silently, I'm happy. www. That's all. In addition, no sound, I can no longer transcribe with Google Docs. The microphone is off. Please watch this video often so as not to cry. If you have any questions, don't panic, don't make a noise, please comment. Good luck.